Hey guys, how's it going? Dudey, I'm back with another video. Today I'm joined by Lozzie and we are starting a mini-series. I mean, I guess you could say there was a prequel a few weeks ago when we did the Liverpool asthma conspiracy, which in the end didn't lead to Liverpool getting the quad. In fact, they got the lesser two of the four, but they got silverware and Leeds didn't. All Leeds did was avoid relegation. So I will say nothing. But today, we're going to start a mini-series if this video gets 400 likes. 400 likes, we will continue this into a mini-series. So this mini-series harkens back to a series me and Lozzie did a few years ago on this channel, whereby we would do conspiracies together. Lozzie would bring in a conspiracy and we would discuss them. And so what we're going to do today is start off with a very, very extreme conspiracy. Lozzie, let the people know, what is today's conspiracy?
It's called Project Sunshine. It sounds brilliant. It sounds great. I want to be involved, but not after you learn about what was involved. You probably don't want to be.
I know about this one, but please, for the viewers at home, what was Project Sunshine all about?
Project Sunshine was studies conducted on dead babies sought to measure the amount of radioactive strontium-90 being absorbed by humans due to nuclear testing.
So basically, America dropped nukes, and then after the fact they thought, let's test what this actually does to human beings. Weirdly to children, I guess, because they kind of figure, I don't know, like they're the next generation, or what would this do if someone was hit by radiation, then became pregnant, and what would that do to the baby? Why the babies? I mean, that's what blows my mind.
I think that was more like they were studying the strontium-90, how it gets into the bones. So what they would do most of the time is they would steal bodies to study on, cremate them, and then measure how much strontium-90 was in the bones somehow.
Right. Not that this excuses them at all, but so they would cremate the bodies.
Yeah.
So because I was picturing like a lab, like nuclear warheads, radiate. You know, like in The Simpsons where they got like the plutonium, like glowing, like massive Tic Tac thing. I would imagine them with like some like rod
some
clipper things. So there's some prongs, and then they're just like holding it next to a dead child's leg, like just seeing if it like grows a new leg or something. But if they not to say that cremating them was like it's not as bad, because they're still testing on babies and children. And wasn't it like that some of the bodies used, they wouldn't even inform the families. They would just take the children.
I don't think it's the fact that they were doing testing on dead babies. I don't think that's like the worst part. The worst part was when they didn't ask for consent from the families. They just took the cadavers, or the bodies at the time, and then just did what they fucking wanted with them. So
this sounds awful, but like, did they even like try to replace the body so they had something to bury? Like, so they didn't know. They're like, oh, this is awful, but like, here's the coffin. Like, you can feel the weight. Yeah. But actually, that was just like a bag of sand or something, and they've got the body, and it's just.
I don't know what techniques they may have used to ruse the family.
But did they even bother? That's the thing. Were they just like, oh, we lost it? Yeah. It's like, what do you mean?
Well, to be fair, if they were grave digging, this is like,
it's essentially, I know this was in the 60s, 50s, 60s? 50s. It's like modern day, or grave digging of the 50s standard. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Even if they were grave digging, I suppose if they presented it back and like covered the turf and redone it nicely.
Were they taking it from the actual graves, or were they taking it from the hospitals?
I don't know if they took all the bodies from graves. I think they probably would have taken some of them from graves, I'm guessing.
Right.
But hypothetically, if we're thinking about them grave digging, just thinking about it from a parent's point of view, you're not going to go back to the grave and go, hang on a minute, I wonder if my kid's body's been dug up or not.
But I think they took a lot from like the hospitals, and I believe from like aborted fetuses and things like that. That they just took them, and
without any consent,
without no consent, which is the most horrifying part, and then just radiated them and tested.
There weren't just the US government involved in it.
The
it
UK
was
as
the
well.
UK as well. So
We're not the good guys.
no, we're never the good guys. We're never the good guys. But there we go.
It's just crazy because this is one of those. So the reason this is in the conspiracy theory thing, and yet we're talking about it like it's fact. How strange, right? No, because this was thought to be for the longest time a conspiracy. No way would there be scientific divisions of governments that are stealing babies, stealing children, and testing radioactive properties on them. There's just no way they would do that, right? And then, like many conspiracies that are conspiracies until they're not, it turned out that yes, Project Sunshine was completely real, it was completely legit, and they did most definitely do these abhorrent things in the 1950s. So yeah, the Project Sunshine is 100% legit, unfortunately. And it just, I've done so many videos on human experimentation and things like that, and it's just really, history is a dark place.
It really is.
Just everywhere in the world has done horrible things to other humans. And it would seem that the US government, the UK government, were guilty of stealing. Not even like, look, your child has passed on, I'm so sorry, but for the greater good of humanity, how about we use them in a scientific experiment so that we can understand and grow our knowledge on how radiation affects human beings so that we can prevent this from happening in the future.
None of that.
It was just, Doc, is that dead? Yeah, right. And then just like take the gurney. Do you know what I mean? They just walk off with the kid, and then like the parents like, is that? No. In a different room.
Yeah.
Madness. Absolute madness.
I just want to read out a quote from one of the head scientists who was in charge of this. Right. So Dr. Willard Libby from the University of Chicago, he was a researcher. He also won the 1960 Nobel Prize in Chemistry. So 2 years, or like after the 50s, he's done that. He's been the head of, or one of the lead people in this Project Sunshine.
Yeah.
He's then got the Nobel Prize.
Is that the Nobel Peace Prize?
No, it just says Nobel Prize. I don't know what the Nobel Peace Prize or the Nobel Prize on Earth are.
The difference, but yeah.
It'd be weird if he got the Nobel Peace Prize for stealing kids. But anyway, he's got quite a famous quote on this. It says, "I don't know how to get them," he's referring to the bodies, "but I do say that it is a matter of prime importance to get them, and particularly in the young age group. So human samples are of prime importance, and if anybody knows how to do a good job of body snatching, they would really be serving their country."
So he literally referred to it as body snatching.
He's, to be honest, he's probably the only one who's going to call it body snatching, and element of fair play to him in just calling it what it is. But he did kind of oversee it, so bit of a dickhead.
Fuck me, man. That's insane. Yeah, so that was a conspiracy theory that turned out to be absolutely true. That is Project Sunshine, and that is the first episode of this potential miniseries. If you hit that like button, you might see some more. Does that sound good to you? Lots, thank you for joining me today.
No problem.
Really appreciate it. And we might be back very soon with some more conspiracies. Hit that like button. Links all down below. If you want to become a patron, it's a great way to support me. I'm doing Patreon exclusive videos because Patreon can now upload videos. So what I do there is basically at the start of each week I'm doing a video one-to-one where I'm just saying like, this is what's going on in my YouTube world and what I'm up to and blah blah blah. So if you want that kind of behind the scenes and stuff and support me, you can do that for as little as £1 a month. So
£1?
Yeah, it's entirely up to you though. The biggest thing for me though is to subscribe, like and share. So thank you so much. I'll see you very soon. Sweet one, geese.